libraries in Kosciuszko and the surrounding counties. Reading is one of his many passions. He's a very interesting man, but reading is his big thing. And we would like to honor him and his time at the courthouse by placing a little free library in the courthouse square. I was doing some research, and Columbia City only has 3 little free libraries. We have one at Eagle Glen, one at Dreamland Playground, and one at 337 Chauncey Street. The courthouse square would be a perfect location to encourage literacy within our community. Not everyone can walk to the Peabody Library, but if they're downtown, they can all walk to the courthouse. With Old Settlers Days, First Fridays, Christmas, and other events that downtown offers, a little free library would certainly get a lot of books into a lot of hands. Courthouse Square is where many gather during the summer. I can see them out my windows or out our windows, setting up lawn chairs, enjoying the gazebo during the day. And I can tell you that unfortunately there are also several times that I see children sitting inside the courthouse for one reason or another. And it would be great if those kids could have a book in their hands instead of a video game or trying to investigate things, and mom and dad are either not around or yelling or just bad situations. And to be perfectly transparent, we are gifting Judge Garza the gift of manual labor. He can build, paint, and install the completed library as he's done many times before, and I've attached some photographs of his work. The stocking of the books and the upkeep could be done by Superior Court staff or by Judge Garza. We don't want to burden the maintenance department with this project, but if Mark has some specific parameters, I'm sure they can get them worked out. I don't feel that would be an issue at all. We appreciate your consideration. I have the dimensions of the library if you're needing that or if Mark is needing it. Obviously, it would probably be something that would happen in the spring when ground thaws and all that kind of stuff. But we wanted to kind of do this as a Christmas project. So if you have any questions.
So the original stocking of the books would be done like as a donation from?
Yeah.
And then as people come, then maybe they have a book that they got at a different one and they switch it out?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yep, that's kind of the whole premise, is give one, take one kind of deal. But we have a lot, Judge Garza at least has a lot, that people donate books. They're downsizing or family changes or whatever, and so he has quite the stockpile. But us as a staff, we can take care of that as well too.
I think.
Go ahead, you go ahead.
I was just saying, I think it's a great idea, just as long as we work with the maintenance staff to put it in the right location.
Sure.
I don't know if you had an idea in your head, but it seems just about every couple times a year we're asking Mark to install something for someone.
Right.
So if we could do that and just, I guess we'll figure it out long term. But if it did need to be pulled out, has that ever happened? I'm just thinking, like, when your time's done here, it's,
Sure.
Whitley County government, and nobody wants to take care of it. I don't know how that works.
We put it into all the employment contracts. You have to take care of it. I really don't foresee that to be a problem,
Okay.
but that certainly is something that could happen, I would think. But I didn't know if there by the gazebo, if that's getting a little more congested with the trees and the maintenance driveway and all that kind of stuff. There's a bench that's out to the south that's just awfully lonely, sitting out there by itself. I didn't know if there were plans to kind of beautify that area and get that a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea. I think we can work out the details like Teresa said. And so I see no reason not to, so I'll move to approve this request as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Ian.
Next item on the agenda, 2026 service contract, Washington Township Fire Department. contract. I know, was someone here for that? No? Okay, I was thinking there was. So we've been talking with our attorney. He's looked it over, Sheriff Spencer's looked it over, and there's quite a few questions. So we're gonna table that until we can get those questions answered for our next meeting, if we can, Angela, get that put on our agenda. Next item, Paula Warden.
We need to post a table it, or?
If we can just take no action, we can.
No, I.
Do we need to vote to take no action?
You can do it both ways. I mean, it's on your agenda, so, I mean, kind of just for the trail, for your minutes, so you probably vote to table it, so it shows why it wasn't voted on the agenda, just for record keeping.
I'll move to table the J&K Communications service contract.
I'll second that.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Hey, Paula.
Hi, Paula Warden, Community Corrections Director. You all received a copy of the service agreement for our body scanner. This is an agreement that we have entered into in years past, but I am asking your support not to do that this year, just because of the cost, and we've never used it.
Never used the body scanner.
No, we use the body scanner.
Oh.
We've never had to use the service agreement.
Oh.
So I think last year was close to 11,000. This year it's a little over 11,000, and it's basically an insurance policy.
Okay.
But we never had to use it, and I just think 11,000, almost $12,000 for a maybe right now is a little too much.
I applaud your fiscal conservatism.
Well, I stole the idea from Sean at the jail because he's gonna, I think, recommend the same for his body scanner. I did provide you with a copy of the, we are still having it certified every year to make sure it's working properly. So I just wanted you to have that to let you know we are getting checked out and it's running as it should.
So if it broke down, then you'd have to do a physical search, correct?
Well, we'd have to use, we can't do a physical search, we have scanners, yes. Yep, but we do have options. If it breaks down, so yes, we go back to the
that's
wands,
fine.
or we have a scanner you can walk by.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on that, or?
No, you don't need to vote on that.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you're okay with it. Okay,
Take that.
okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paula.
Next item is Scott Wagner, revision to the wellness program and Health First Indiana funding contracts. Is he ready? He's going to be joining us Zoom, possibly. So I do know the two items on there, revision to the wellness program. He gave us some information, but I think that we could, I know we did want to talk about it to see if we would move it on to council.
We have one more meeting before they meet again anyway.
We do, but they're going to want it on their agenda 2 weeks in advance. So I guess we could request for it to be put on the agenda and then go one way or the other with the recommendation. Could you get that on their agenda? Tamla, thank you. And then the Health First Indiana contracts, those are for 26, and the funding is not allocated until the first meeting in January. So those, there's no pressing needs. So if you guys are okay with it, if we could just also table that. So can we table both items
Yes.
in one motion? Since-
Yep.
Okay.
I move that we table both items.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Next, we have a facilities request. Has everyone had a chance to look at it? Okay. It's from Tom LaRue, the city's fire chief. They do an annual candy giveaway. They would be requesting to use the courthouse sidewalk on the north side. It's something that they do every year. From 5:30 until 8 p.m. and they would start cleaning up cleanup should be done around 8:30ish is what it says. On Christmas Eve.
Humane maintenance and security are all signed off on it, so I think it's a good tradition, so I will move to approve the facilities request from Tom LaRue with the Columbia City Fire Department as presented.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor raise your right hand. Motion carries. Okay, next item is payroll and accounts payable. I went up earlier and looked at both payroll and accounts payable. Everything seemed to be in order. I would move to approve payroll.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. And I would also move to approve accounts payable.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Okay, and we do have one thing on the, to add to the agenda, that is not on there, and that is, we had a recommendation for one of our employees going above and beyond, and that person is Darcy Hoopengartner. She was nominated by, our health director, Scott Wagner, and his nomination states, as we all know by now, Darcy is a rock star. She goes well beyond and above anything that is asked of her. She always works more hours than required, and she never complains. Last week, Darcy came in to work on her bereavement time to help a couple with smoking cessation. She spent well over an hour with them. Darcy is a great employee because she has a heart for public health and helping people. She's done so many things that need a shout out, but this is just one of the many things. And I would definitely second that. You've been a wonderful addition, and I know I've told you that you're not allowed to leave until I'm done being commissioner, and I mean that. So you've been wonderful, and I know that you really care for the community. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darcy.
Okay, and the last item on the agenda is the previous meeting minutes. Has everyone had a minute to look those over?
They are accurate to the best of my recollection, so I will move to approve the minutes from the November 3rd, 2025 Board of Commissioners meeting as presented.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Yep. Motion carries. And we will allow for public comment, 3 minutes per person. Is there anyone who'd like to come up? Just come up and have a seat and give your name for the minutes.
I just want to read this. This was given to me by Elizabeth McIntosh, our Veterans Treatment Court Coordinator. As you know, we had Veterans Treatment Court graduation. She wanted everyone to know that the Whitley County Extension homemakers provided the graduates with personal greeting cards, written greeting cards, purchased them a $50 Kroger card, and homemade them pocket hearts. So, and she didn't know she didn't ask for it. They just did out of the goodness of their heart.
Wow,
So,
that's nice.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Paula. Is there anyone else who'd like to come up? Okay. Andy, do you have anything?
No.
Pamela? No. Stace? Rob?
I have nothing.
And I have nothing. Thank you all for coming and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
It's weird to say.